guys, it's Kelly at Lost Girl Tarot. Welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be talking about decks that I would like to work with. And what I mean by that is that I've taken a break from my tarot practice and things like that. I was experiencing some kind of burnout basically, where I just could not get into my magical practice at all. Which was really heartbreaking, I'm not gonna lie, and it's made me feel really disheartened and withdrawn from a lot of things, and it was very hard for me to find joy again. But what I really want to do is I really want to rekindle my love for tarot and my magical practice, and I really missed posting on YouTube as well, so I thought if I could motivate myself to post on YouTube about my journey, then maybe my magical practice will come into that at the same time. So I have 10 decks beside me, a mixture of tarot and oracle, both mass market and independent, and I thought I'd just take you along for the ride and I'll show you what kind of decks I want to work with in the future, and hopefully get around to showing them off in future videos also. So that out the way, we're going to start with a mass market one, and it is, hopefully this is all in frame, it's been a long time. This is the cute Chibi Tarot, which is the cutest little deck I think I own. It comes with a very thin guidebook, but it is in colour with some lovely little passages about each of the cards. And the cards, if I could get them out, look like this. So there's a little character for every single one of the cards, and I just think this deck is absolutely adorable. And if I'm going to work with a tarot deck, I want it to be something really cute, cozy, a good reader, and this is pretty much all of that mixed in one. Like, look at this 3 of cups, the little teacups, and she's like a little maid, well, not a maid, and like what are they called, waitress. They're just so cute. I absolutely adore this deck. It's the sweetest little deck. Oh, the 8 of cups here looking out at the moon. Like, it's a very simple, easy reader, and that's what I think I really need right now to get myself back into my practice and back into tarot. This deck looks so cute. She's got like a little skull in her hair. Adorable. Oh, and look at the dog. Look at his little face. Oh, I can't with this deck. It is so sweet. This is probably my favourite card, the Chariot, because like they're both like sleeping and he's just like, why are they sleeping? Why aren't they moving? So silly, but so cute. And yeah, I feel like that's all I can say about this one, because it's not that like in depth. It's just kind of a very cute little sweet deck to make me go awe and make me get really excited to use it, you know? That's all I need right now. But like I said, the guidebook is very simplistic, so you just have a little passage for each of the cards, but it is in colour, which I do appreciate because it's attractive to the eye, isn't it? So that is the cute Chibi Tarot. Next up, we're going to go for this one. My bags are kind of falling apart, like my cloth is like dying, but in here I believe we have another very cute deck. And it won't open. We're gonna have to tear it. Mess up my cute little bow. We have the Way of the Panda Tarot. This is independent, I believe, and I haven't used this one for so long, but it is a stunning deck. I gifted my partner this deck for his birthday one year because he is obsessed with pandas, and I got him like the big book as well, and it's adorable. Let's take a look at the cards. So this one is a deck that I kind of use, these are the backs, when I need that pick-me-up, when I need something like, the Chibi Tarot is there for like simplicity, but when I need something that will comfort me is what I'm looking for, then I will pick the Way of the Panda. But I haven't used it in so long, and it is adorable. I also use this deck when I think of my partner. We currently live apart, but that will change soon, which is very exciting. And so when I need something that just reminds me of him, something comforting, something safe, that's when this deck comes in, and it is absolutely gorgeous. That is so sad. The illustrations are just beautiful. I believe they're like watercolor type illustrations. I could be wrong, I'm not an artist, but it's just very heartwarming, you know. Like, look at the moon, it's got a little hat on. But yeah, something comforting, something safe, something that I know will tell me the message, but do so in a very soft way, you know. That's where this deck comes in. And I remember like making a few videos a very long time ago. They've been long privated now, unfortunately, but that's my confidence coming in. But a reading with this deck, and it was so wonderful. It was such an easy reader, like fluid reader as well. Like, you could see the story like appearing very easily, which is kind of what you need with tarot when you're feeling a bit low and things like that. You don't want something that's really in depth, really deep, really like need to pick up this bulky guidebook to understand. You need something that will tell you what you need to know, but in a very soft, gentle, loving way. That's very fluid and easy. This deck is perfect for that. And that is the Way of the Panda. I have completely messed up collecting these cards. I believe there might be some good spreads as well. Yes, here we go. We have like the Kung Fu Panda, the Panda spreads, a warm bear hug. This one is really sweet. It's crying while curled up in a corner. What is causing you distress and sadness? A warm fuzzy panda hug. The pandas are wrapping their fuzzy arms around you. What feelings do you need to acknowledge within yourself right now? And pandas are sending you all the love they have. How can you be gentle with yourself? Like, so cute. But yeah, and this box is absolutely stunning. I love it. But yeah, that is the Way of the Panda Tarot. So that is deck number 2. These are in no particular order, by the way. It's just whatever is easiest for me to reach right now. Let's go to an oracle. This is probably my favourite oracle that I used to use, so I want to return to this. This is the Divine Circus. It's a Blue Angel deck, so you know it has that really nice Blue Angel cardstock. And they look like this. So each of the oracle cards have just a key word or a key phrase written on it, and then you have to go to the guidebook to get more information. So there's no like description or anything. The backs all have this image on the back. I don't particularly like the backs, but you can't have everything. So we have Cherry on Top. That one's a really cute one. Bright Baby, Rare Royal Reel. Like, these illustrations are so gorgeous. They all remind me of like doll-like figures. And death shall not take him. That's interesting. Sacred Fool. Steampunk Priestess. So what I used to use is I used to pull 3 tarot and 1 oracle, and this was often the oracle that I used. It was one of the first oracle decks I ever owned, and I just thought it was really cool. Like, the concept is like really interesting, of like a divine circus, as it were, and they're just really, really interesting cards. They can be quite difficult because you do obviously need to consult the guidebook to understand more. But if I remember correctly, the guidebook was really, really interesting. I believe it has, let me see for you. I believe each card has an affirmation and a healing trick. So it's like a ritual, as it were. And it has like quite a lot of information offered to you. So this was a really, really good one when you want some like deeper connection to what you're reading. Especially the affirmation. I think the affirmation is a great idea to include, and I wish more decks did that. This one's always scared me. I don't know why. Tiger Angel. That's beautiful. Divine Disguise. Go Fish. Like, these are just absolutely stunning. And there's not much I can say on them because I did only use to pull 1 card at a time. So I'm not sure how they would work if you put them all, if you only used oracle. But maybe that could be something I could try out in a future video, because I do want to do some videos of me bonding with some of these decks and doing a few different practices with them. So maybe I could use this for one of them and we could see how they all work on their own when they're not used alongside tarot. But that is the Divine Circus Oracle cards. We're going to go back to tarot now, and this is a mass market. This is the Earth Woman Tarot. Now this is one I'm currently using. So this is the one out of all these decks that I am currently using, and I am currently seeking guidance from. This tarot deck is stunning. I saw this on Amazon, and I think it's a relatively new published deck as well. But these are the backs. Gorgeous, gorgeous backs. And this deck is interesting to me in particular because none of the figures have faces. So you're looking solely at the symbolism of the illustrations rather than the facial expressions and things like that. So you have things like, I usually resort to looking at facial expressions and things like that, but you have to resort to the body language and the symbolism of what they're holding, how they're dressed, the environments they're in. So it kind of takes that element away, but it doesn't make it any less what am I trying to say? Any less like deep. I think it's beautiful, beautiful imagery. And like, look at this magician. Like, it takes what you know about the magician and adds an extra layer on top of it, which I think is really lovely. And the Ace of Pentacles with all this like greenery and this path laid out for you. That's stunning. The Ten of Cups is a beautiful card, and I love like the flow of her dress, and she's really lost in that moment of connecting with this person. And they have all this growth around them, and the rainbow, of course, the classic rainbow. Like, it adds an extra element of detail to the Rider-Waite-Smith, and I really appreciate that. The Three of Cups, look at them in the water. Gorgeous. But yeah, I'm using this deck at the moment, so I can't say much about it because I am just starting my journey with it. But from what I've gathered so far from my time looking through the guidebook, looking through the cards, shuffling, like my connection with it is growing, and is growing quite quickly. Like, I absolutely adore this. Pull one more card, see what we get. The Knight of Wands. Oh, they're going through all this cacti. Interesting. But yeah, like, this deck, it is absolutely stunning, and I recommend it for anyone. It's mass market, so it's very easily accessible, and I think it's a stunning addition to any practice. And that's me hardly knowing this deck, so who knows how deep my connection with it will be in like a few years' time. So next up, we're going to go to another special little bag, or like cloth as it were. I believe this is my Tarot of Oneness, because I know it is. It is. So this one is a independent tarot deck. So, and I believe it's still in print. I could be wrong. I hope it is, because it deserves it. Look at the bunny at the bottom. So gorgeous. So this one did its rounds on YouTube a couple years ago, I think, when it was first published. Let me find out. 2022, yeah. So this one did its rounds when it was first published, because it was a beautiful addition to the tarot community. I absolutely adore this deck, and not just because it has an otter involved. But this is a first person perspective on the tarot, which I think is a really unique way of presenting the imagery. So you are the person in the world card, and you're gazing up at all these butterflies and things like that. You are the inspiration, I believe, is the page. I could be wrong. You are witnessing this connection between these two people with the Two of Cups. You know, like, it's very, very first person perspective. You're involved in the tarot, and that crosses that barrier that you kind of get with the tarot sometimes, and makes you and puts you in the situation that it's talking about. Like this Five of Pentacles, like, you are the person who is outside in the snow, gazing up at the stained glass window. It's really, really deep and meaningful, and oftentimes very, very personal, is what I'm trying to say. It personalizes it quite a lot. And there has not been a reading with this deck that hasn't like made me like gasp for breath and just be like, wow, okay. Like, I haven't had a reading where I haven't thought about it long after the reading was over. And I think that's like really impressive for a tarot deck. That's like a sign for me from a tarot deck that, like, yeah, okay, this one is special, you know? But I'm sure you know about, there's loads of videos on the Tarot of Oneness, and I'm sure there's been multiple people saying the same thing. But that's because it's real and it's true, and it's so, so special. But look at these Ten of Cups. Oh, so beautiful. And the Lovers. Wow, like, so much I could say, but like, there's only so much you can say without like experiencing it, you know. Oh, The Five of Pentacles is flying out. But yeah, that is the Tower of Oneness, and I believe this guidebook was quite good as well. Like, you have some keywords, reverse keywords, and then some kind of, oh yeah, it has some symbolism. So what the hands in the Three of Pentacles represent, what the plans and drawing tools represent, things like that. Yeah, the inspiration is the page. That's good. I was worried I was giving the wrong information. But yeah, that is the Tarot of Oneness, which I believe is still in print. For last time I checked on a few websites, it was still available, so grab yourself a copy if you can. Okay, so we're halfway through. So next up we have another mass market. This is the Inner Child Oracle. Now this is one that I actually haven't used yet. So there's going to be very little I can say, and I think it's still in order because it was purchased just before I hit my burnout phase. And I wasn't able to pick myself up enough to use it, motivate myself to use it. So this one follows a little character called Benny Blue, and he is a little blue bunny, and he's absolutely adorable. I love these illustrations. So we have very inner child work style things, and on the back of each card has a little sentence. So we have self-love with I love myself exactly as I am. We have Inner Tangle with I am strong, fierce, capable and free. I love this image. Like the very affirmation style sentences. Some of them do go landscape, which I'm not really happy with, but what are you gonna do? Benny Blue's too cute. So we have support, fertile foundation with joy sprouts within me. Growth. Oh, he's tripping up because his socks are too big. Oh, that's so cute. So what my intentions are with this deck, as I haven't actually used it yet, is for inner child work. So if I need to communicate with my inner child, if I want to do some rituals around my inner child, I'll probably pick this deck. Because as it follows this little character, like it's kind of like a storybook, you know? So way down, all that I need comes to be. Oh, he's got a little Kiss the Cook outfit. Oh, he's so cute. Superpower. This one says, I am a radiant soul, gifted beyond measure. But yeah, like if we go to the guidebook, there is the affirmation in there, and it does offer a little bit of story for each of the cards. So you have it in italics here. So for You Are Enough, let's pick 18, Live and Learn, actually, so then we can actually see it better. Live and learn. Benny isn't scared of making mistakes. He has the courage to give things a go even when he's unsure whether he's doing a good job. Every mistake leads to further creativity. And then it tells you all about the path to mastery is paved with mistakes. And then you have the affirmation. Is this the same affirmation that's on the back? It's a little bit longer, but it is pretty much the same thing. That's good to know. And I am hoping there's some spreads. There is, but we've only got the 3 card and the 1 card, which is absolutely fine. But I love this. I think it's so cute. And I think it will be really beneficial for my inner child work as well. Or when I'm just feeling very vulnerable and I need something to pick me back up again, I can work with Benny Blue here and we can work something out. So yeah, that is the Inner Child Oracle, which I'm really excited about, and I'm actually thinking of a few ways that I can incorporate this into videos and my personal practice as well. Next up, we're going to go to another tarot, and my ribbon is falling apart on this one. But this is the Anima Mundi Tarot. So this is another independent tarot deck. Got like ribbon all over my desk. So this one is one that I used to use like religiously. I adored this deck when I first got my hands on it. And it's a little less Benny Blue cuteness and more serious, I'd say. It's a stern deck. But that's in no way negative. Look at this edging. Like, what? So yeah, what I was saying was this is a very stern deck, and I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean that it will spit out the facts at you and you're just along for the ride. Like, they're very much in, like, this deck is very much in control. And it will let you know about it. I don't like the spider for the hangman because I'm scared of spiders, so we're going to cover that up immediately. But it will spit the facts at you. It's a no messing kind of deck, but sometimes you need that in your collection. Like, sometimes you really need someone to be like, look, you're doing this, you're thinking about this all wrong, here's an alternative perspective. And that is exactly what this deck does for you, or my experience with it anyway. The illustrations can be quite brutal in some areas. So you've got like all these swords gathered around this raven or crow, I'm not quite sure. But they are very like beautiful at the same time. There's just something about it, you know, that's just very... I get Emperor energy, like very stable, very structured, wearing its armor. Like, I get Emperor energy from this deck, and I can't explain it in any other way. Yeah, this is my Emperor energy deck, and I think it's absolutely glorious. Like, it is so beautiful. Oh, these Two of Cups with the seahorses. Like, I love seahorses in my Two of Cups. I just think this is my favourite depiction of the Two of Cups ever. I just wish like their tails were kind of like entwined. Oh, and here's the reason why I got it. The Page of Cups is an otter. There we go. We're going to leave that on top. I absolutely love otter energy for pages, either the pages or the aces. Like, that's otter energy to me. But yeah, so it's very stern, reader, but we need that in our collection, and I feel like this will be a really good one for me to get back into my tarot meanings. The guidebook's relatively thin and doesn't really offer much other than what the animal is, which is beneficial, and upright and reversed. But that's absolutely fine. So that is the Anima Mundi Tarot. And we're going to go to my last oracle of this video. I'm a bit cautious of how long I've been filming for, but we're just going to roll with it. And this is the Reclaim Oracle. So this is another independent. I've realised a lot of these are independent, and I do apologise for that. But these are the ones that I'm currently vibing with right now. So this deck, I'm not sure, there's 90 cards, so it is quite a chunker, but it has, Yeah, it's a unique oracle to heal your emotions and recover your missing parts. So there's like a feeling or an emotion for each of the 90 cards, and that has cat hair on it, and it's heavy. It can be very heavy, but it also can be very healing. So we have both, like, if you would say, positive and negative emotions here. So we have things like boredom, guilt. I was wondering what that said then. Guilt. Like, this person is like weighed down by this figure that is like resting on top of them. Detachment. Rage. Respect. Connection. Acceptance. Things like that, you know? And it goes through a different emotion for every of these 90 cards. So it's really, really like in depth. And I feel like this is going to be really helpful to me as that self-help tool. Hope is beautiful. That is actually my card of the year, my word of the year. So I might pin that up somewhere. Impatience. Strength. Like, she is a badass woman. Frustration. Confusion. Like, there's so many in-depth emotions and things mentioned in this deck, and I'm really grateful for it, because sometimes you don't know what you're feeling or what feeling you're associating with this, and you just pull a card and it all unravels in your head, you know. Love. Oh, love is beautiful. But yeah, I'm using this deck as a way of connecting with my emotions. I am currently going through therapy, and I feel like this deck will be really beneficial for me to just pull a card after a session, sit with that emotion for a while and see where it leads, you know. Kindness. Oh, I love that one. So it's a chonker. It's a very chunky deck. The backs look like this. But it is going to be a very, very beneficial one, if a little heavy. I've never gone for more than one card at a time, because they are so heavy. It deals with emotions, so it's got to be really heavy, isn't it? But every card is mentioned, and it has a little bit of a passage. And there's just, like, very beautiful spreads and things like that mentioned in this book. I adore it. It's like one of my favorite oracles of all time, and I just think it's really important that we have a deck that has this many cards that discusses emotions, you know. So there's that one, the Reclaim, and we've only got 2 tarot left. So what I'm going to do the mass market and then end with an independent. So this one's mass market. I got this one, it's a rock pool deck. I got this one at a convention, and it is Tarot Cards of Modern Goddesses. So it's a bit of a chunky book, but it's a very vibrant deck, and I forgot that it comes in its own little separate box like this. So hold on a second, I will get them out. Here we go. So this one is a very vibrant one. I apologise if it's a bit glossy. I hope it doesn't show up as glossy in the video. But this one is very vibrant, very colourful, and every one of the majors is a different goddess. But it's a very simple, easy reader, and that's another one that I think that I need right now. I need something to connect me, but I also wanted that goddess energy as well, because I am working on I do want to work with different goddesses and things like that, because in the past I've only worked with one goddess, who was Aphrodite, who I worked with for a very long time. but me and Aphrodite kind of parted ways now. Our work was finished, and I would like to work with another goddess if possible, and I feel like this is a good one. This deck's a good one to try and introduce me to some more goddesses that I can work with. I'm not going to actively seek out another goddess to work with. I'm just going to let it come to me, and we'll see. Maybe I might get some stalker cards or something like that, and I could go in depth that way. We'll just see how it goes, you know. It's just playing at the end of the day, just playing with different cards. But I think this deck is stunning. I love the art style. The illustrations are by Petra Braun, who I don't know much about, but I just absolutely love these illustrations. I think they're very cute, very playful, very I've said the word before, vibrant, things like that. This world card is beautiful. I absolutely adore that. And so is this strength. I've never seen a strength card with multiple animals before, thinking about it, and I really enjoy it. One more card. The Three of Pentacles. That's very cute. So yeah, very quick and easy. I'm just seeking out working with more goddesses and things like that. If I resort to the guidebook, yes, so each of the majors have a different goddess. So the moon, for example, is Artemis, and it offers you some questions for the majors that maybe you could journal about. But the minors are very, very basic compared to anything else, you know. It's your standard little white books. But that is the tarot cards of Modern Goddesses. I love this deck. I just wish it was a little easier to get the cards out of the boxes. But it's still very cute. And that leads us on to our last deck that I'm going to talk to you about today. And it lives in this Me Too bear cloth, and it is the Wandering Moon Tarot. Now this one is a very, very old one to me. I think this was the first independent deck that I ever owned, and I adored it. There is an alternative version now, so it comes with a little art card and things like that. There is an alternative one now, which I think is the Rose edition, so it's kind of pink. I could be wrong about that, I could have made that up. But the cards look like this. It's got this shine to them. These are the backs. And I wanted to go right back to the beginning of my tarot journey. And as this was the first independent tarot I owned that I was obsessed with, I feel like this is a very good way of going back to my roots. They're very gentle illustrations, very whimsical, there's something like magical about this deck. The stars are pentacles, I could be wrong, and the moons are cups. I could be wrong. I believe that's what it was. But there's something very magical about this deck, and it's all line work, all very delicately drawn. It's just absolutely gorgeous, and I love it. I would like the other edition, but I'm not sure if it's still in print or not. I could be wrong. But it's just so beautiful. And I would like to go back to my roots, as I was saying, and use this again so that I could really pinpoint exactly what made me run towards tarot, made me really invest my time and energy into my tarot practice. If I find that key point, then maybe I can recreate it and run happily towards tarot again, you know? So that's why I picked this one. It's just a way of getting me back to my roots. And oh, the Star card. Oh, this is my favourite card in the deck, the High Priestess. I think she's gorgeous. It's very like, it's like very line work energy, so like it's very deliberately done. That's what I'm trying to say. So for the Emperor, we just have the horns and we have the crown, and like you can tell that that's the Emperor. The Wanderer is the Fool. The Lovers, you have the hearts, but they're connected, and you have the hands reaching out towards each other's heart. The Eight of Stars, we have crafting the stars, you know, like it's things like that. Like it's very deliberately done artwork, and I just love that. So that is that. That is the Wandering Moon Tarot. I think the guidebook was a little simplistic. I could be wrong. Yeah, like you have a little bit about the actual cards. So this is the Ten of Wands, upright and reverse meanings. But then on the back you have the artwork, which I did really enjoy because it gives you a little bit more information on that specific depiction of the Ten of Wands, you know, like from the artwork, the artist's perspective. But yeah, and I do enjoy that bit, but the book is quite simplistic and just giving you your key information about the tarot in general. It's very generalized, not simplistic, that's what I meant. Generalized meanings. And that is that. So this is all the decks that I have to share with you today. Thank you so much for watching. It really means the world to me. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe if you enjoy my content. It keeps my channel going and growing. I am hoping to do more videos more often, so I am aiming for once a week at the moment, but we shall see how that goes. So yeah, thank you for watching my little return to YouTube. It does mean a lot to me if you have watched it this far, because knowing that you're still here and still interacting is really important to me, you know, and I love communicating with you guys. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye guys.